testing my bag gloves that came with the bag and everything. But what we're going to do today, if you don't know me on who I am, I'm Seth McDonald IV, known as Seth McDonald, the boxing, kickboxing, dirty fighting coach. Basically, I'm in my grandma's basement, doing training down here since there ain't really no schools where I live at. I learn out of books, I learn off YouTube. Most people, the top people that I do learn martial arts from online is Jesse Incap, the Karate Nerd. Actually, three people I learned about fighting online. Jesse Incap, the Karate Nerd, Red Chucks. That's another good YouTuber. Very good YouTuber. One of the top ones I like out of all. Another one would be Icy Mike. Hard to Hurt. I like him, and he does really good on knowing on dirty fighting techniques. But what we're going to do today is that we're going to be doing work on how to set your jab up with another combination. You can do the jab so many different ways. You can do a single jab, you can do a double jab, you can do the double jab, the single jab, you can do the triple jab, you can set it up to another combination on the cross, which my personal favorite is the double jab and a number 3. That's my personal favorite combination. Again, it'd be jab, jab, cross, hook. But when you throw the other hand, you want to make sure you have your other hand up to protect you. You never want to have it down. You can have it down in some ways. You can have one hand up, one hand down, for more view range. Most people say have both hands up. Me, I like to have them down a little bit underneath the chin, where I can see my opponent. Most people say have them up, but your arms wear out most of the time when you have them up like this. Like this in front of your face. You can't see your opponent. But when you have them down, you can see your opponent. You can see who's on the side of you. Like this. And you're in a fighting stance, you want to work that jab. You can do a single jab. You can do a double jab. You can do a triple jab. But the thing of it is, when you are doing the jab, you gotta make sure you want to use another setup behind that jab. Like, let's say if you want to do jab, cross, do the double jab with the cross. Do the double jab with the cross. I use the cross as the power shot. Now, you got the reverse lead jab, which in karate, reverse punch. It's just reverse punches. But when you're doing the jab, sometimes it can be a tap. Just baiting. Then you can just go in for the kill shot after that. That's another combo right there. The jab, jab, cross, hook, cross. And you want to make sure you're moving around, not staying stationary. Make sure you have your hands up, your chin tucked in. Especially when you're boxing or any other style of martial art. Most people say have your chin up. Like in Kung Fu, they have their chin up most of the time. They never have their chin down. But when you go up against a boxer, a karate, or a Muay Thai fighter, they have their hands down and their chin tucked, hands lowered. Sometimes boxers will have them up like this. One like this and one like this. The Philly shell, the half Philly shell, karate people will stand like this sometimes, or have their hands down like this, which I think is stupid. I see that a lot in competition. But that's a good way of getting knocked out. But we ain't talking about that. That'll be in another video later on. But when you're doing a jab, you want to think of another counter to come behind that jab. The jab is just a setup. That's all the jab is. The jab is just a setup for the combination to go in on your opponent. Let's say if you want to go for a midsection shot, well, you would jab high, jab low, cross, or hook, whatever you want to call it. Hook, sorry, miscommunication there. But again, it's going to be low jab, high jab, hook. That's another setup. Most of the time, most people use gloves because they don't want to hurt their hands. But if you've been doing it a long time, like I have, you condition yourself so good on with the gloves. You can do it without the gloves, but just be precautious. Do it at your own risk if you want to do it without gloves. If you're training for bare knuckle boxing, but if you're training for the sport, I would just use the gloves just to keep your hands protected. If you use your hands every day for a job. But like I said, on the jab, setting up, bam. That's another one. You can do the straight bleed, with the straight blast punching off Wing Chun. Notice how I'm mixing it up. Basically, way I read out of Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's fighting art. It's basically to be taught to move around, make destruction on your opponent. But you gotta find an enemy to get in on your opponent to make that destruction count. Like setting up with the jab, moving around, keeping your head moving, keep using that jab. You hold the jab out for baiting. That's what Muhammad Ali did sometimes. power shots. Hook. Uppercuts. Do it however you want it. You know, the jab is the perfect setup in boxing. That is how you work the jab in boxing. You know, you can do the jab many ways. You can do the pushing jab, which that's one of them. But it's you're just pushing. You're not really punching. You can do the lunging jab. Like I said, you can do the lunging vertical fist jab. And what's another one? I'm not really good at it, but you know, you can do the jumping. You know, you kind of do like a rabbit hop jab, but a rabbit hop is not really. Well, I call it the Superman punch, but I'm not really like jumping really high. You know, because that's the thing. You know, when you're working the jab, you know, unless you get comfortable in the air, you know, if you're fighting a tall opponent, you know, if you're short like I am, I'm only 5'5". You know, if you're doing a street fight, you know, yeah, that jump could be useful, but usually in a fight, you never want to leave the ground, because if you leave the ground, your opponent could come in and slam you down. Your opponent can come in and like take you down by the legs if you go in for that Superman jump. Once you end up doing this, see it right here, and he can just grab you, and then he can just grab you, then do like a shoulder back toss from wrestling on you, if he has a background in wrestling or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But we'll get into another video like that later on. Like I said, you know, hit the like, hit subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video. But like I said, jab, that's a single jab. Double jab. Triple jab. You know, this could be, you know, the jab, jab, cross, hook, cross. Jab, jab, cross, hook, cross. Jab, jab, cross, hook, cross number 4. Jab, jab, cross, hook. You can do jab, jab, cross, hook, and jab, 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 cross, uppercut. Again. But you notice every time when I'm throwing my hits, I'm breathing. Reason why? Because when you breathe, you're releasing some of that power out. You're releasing some of that energy out into the attack. there you have it, folks. Like I said, working the jab, using it as a setup. You gotta learn to move around. Using the setup, to work your defense. Best defense, the best offense. Sometimes the offense is the best defense. It's just on how you work your opponent. That's how you work your opponent. Especially in the ring or off the ring. You gotta find that opening. That's the only thing I can say for right now. Something Don 4. If this video is useful for you, please hit the like. Leave a comment down below on what you think of this video. I am Seth McDonald 4. More videos that you hit like and leave comments on. I try to get back to the people that do leave comments on my videos. Now, if you really want to get into boxing, boxing is a great sport, great exercise. It's more easier on the body than any other sport there is. I do boxing. I got taught by a friend by boxing. But he taught me a lot about boxing. Then I just fell in love with the art of fighting. But then I went into karate, and then I went into taekwondo, and so on. So it's like my background in martial arts is so knowledgeable and everything. It's just too bad I don't have a training partner, for my videos to work on some things. But I will try to do more instructional things on the bag and maybe on the wooden dummy. But like I said, just, train hard, train smart, do your research. Please hit the like, hit subscribe, hit all on the bell notification. And you'll get every one of my videos. And stay tuned. Remember, work on the jab. As your setup for boxing. Jab is like the perfect weapon, for boxing itself. And even in other martial arts as well. If you're using it as a try to get an entry in, to fight, in a fight, it's worth the jab. You throw the jab many ways. The push jab, things like that. The lead jab, the straight lead, from Jeet Kune Do. Vertical lead, the vertical lead jab. You can set the jab up many ways. There's a lot of different ways of setting it up. I'm not going to get into a whole detail on it. I've done enough on what I can do for right now in this video. Like I said, hit the like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, and train hard, train smart. God bless you all on this beautiful day. Even though it's raining out, just doing some inside training for right now. But like I said, hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, hit all. You'll get every one of my videos. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace.